Welcome to the League 2.0 podcast, featuring your hosts, Charlie Little and Kyle Jackson.
Hello, everybody. We're finally doing another podcast, which means football's around the corner. How you doing, Kyle?
Good. Last weekend without football. Can't wait.
Although, please tell me you're watching college football, right?
I'm not. You're the one who stays up to date on that, so you know way more about this year's rookies even.
Oh, yeah, I know some things. I was just talking to Gavin the other day about, or maybe, I think you were in that chat too, about how Marvin Harrison Jr., Frank Gore Jr. are all coming up. The system.
I just saw a clip yesterday. Emmett Smith Jr. scored his first touchdown in college.
Oh my god! I didn't even know that was a thing. Oh jeez!
I literally saw it maybe this morning, and I was like, "Oh man, that's another one to add to the list."
So we're getting old, but that also means that this fantasy football league has stayed together through many seasons. It's pretty cool. What season are we on now? Is this 6, 5?
It's 5 or 6. I'm not actually sure.
Pretty cool. So I appreciate everybody coming back. I actually didn't even double check that everyone was coming back this year. I kind of just assumed because
it's not negotiable. They don't have a choice. They're
yeah, exactly. You're
signed up forever unless they find their own replacement and tell you.
yeah, I didn't realize they signed a contract that is a lifetime contract. So we're gonna if you don't even play, we're gonna take $50 from you every year. So
100%.
Best to compete. Anyways, I guess we'll dive right in. The keeper deadline was this past weekend, which we're now almost on the draft weekend. This is such a good time to be alive. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so the keeper deadline went in. Unfortunately, the timing of it really hurt someone. Do you want to touch on that keeper first?
Ooh, yeah. Cooper Kupp. Love the player. He's kind of made of paper mache at this point.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
He seems super talented, but if he can't stay on the field, then they're saying it's a minor injury or minor setback, but it's hard to heal from those kind of injuries, especially as a receiver.
A setback, that term is so bad.
Oh. Yeah. So it's tough having that as your 7th overall pick, who I'm not even sure he's going to play the first, 4 weeks? They might add him to the IR. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not looking good. Now, currently, I'm looking at ADP on Fantasy Pros for half point. Yeah. And he is 7 still, so
I don't think they've adjusted it really yet. Or I don't know.
I guess he's fine. He's considered day-to-day, but everyone is quite worried that that's kind of they're bluffing a bit there.
It doesn't feel real.
No, it doesn't.
I think he's not. I think he's gonna miss a few games.
But yeah. Anyways,
the chance of re-injury is probably pretty high.
Oh yeah. It's the whole year. You're gonna be happy if he finishes every game. But I'm sorry, Riley. I try to push things as late as I can. And I like to have a week between so people can kind of review the keepers and mentally prepare themselves. So maybe it'll all work out. Maybe we're all overreacting, but that's a bad start. There's also let's just dive into the keepers. Now I have the draft results. Do you have that open? The draft.
I do. Yes.
Okay, so the highest value keeper will be the 6th overall pick. Dalvin Cook is being kept by David. What are your thoughts on that?
Ooh, that was definitely the biggest surprise of the keepers. Most of them are pretty expected, but Dalvin Cook kind of came out of right field for me because he's probably not going to be the number 1 back there with Breece when he's fully back. So especially a first round pick, it's pretty tough, but maybe he'll be good. I don't see it. I don't. Maybe a couple weeks of relevancy, and then Breece. We all love Breece though.
Yeah,
the talent's incredible as long as he can stay healthy. But if he gets hurt, Dalvin Cook might live up to that expectations of 6 overall. It's because his ADP is 67. It was very shocking to me.
Yeah, it's a little unnecessary. I guess he probably could have drafted him in the 6th, 7th round, but. Hey, it's maybe Wally knows something we don't know. I don't know. Maybe he's got some insiders on the Jets. Maybe he's Aaron Rodgers' buddy. I don't know.
I get wanting maybe a piece of that Jets team, but I'm not even convinced they're going to be as good as everyone thinks.
Oh, really? I guess if they're on that show, right? What's that show called?
Hard Knocks.
Yes, Hard Knocks.
which I have not watched, but
which I think every team that's been on Hard Knocks has not performed up to what people hoped, right?
yeah. And
Like,
like Aaron Rodgers is like 40, and it doesn't usually work out when a quarterback leaves a team that late. Maybe he is Tom Brady, but there's not a big track record of success.
But not all quarterbacks hide away into some like black pit. Like, didn't he like sleep in like some sort of underground tunnel?
Dark room. Yeah, he's just really strange, dude.
So
I guess he has that in common with Brady. So maybe he'll be fine.
Right? Maybe there's something he's doing that's gonna make everything different. I don't know. But yeah, going forward with the first round here, we got Christian McCaffrey kept by Steve as a 10th. That's great value. Can't argue
Great
that.
value. Especially if Eli Mitchell misses any time, right?
Yeah, exactly. And we haven't really seen CMC with the 49ers for that long. Like, who knows what the upside really is there. And then we got Nick Chubb being kept by you as a 13th overall. That's good value. I like that.
I almost didn't do it, though. Part of me wanted to keep Joe Burrow just because it's Joe Burrow, and he's been incredible.
Yep.
But Nick Chubb is just incredible, and no Kareem Hunt holding him back anymore.
Yeah, finally, right? Like he kind of stole a lot of touchdowns, and obviously, do you think Chubb will be more involved in the passing game?
Maybe a little bit, but I still don't see it.
Okay.
I don't know how much Deshaun loves to check down. I think a lot of Deshaun is kind of not in my mind anymore because he's been irrelevant for so long.
Man,
the big contract and the other stuff he's done, but like football wise, remember
last season, Deshaun Watson, it almost broke up Liz and David. They had they had some very ugly discussions behind closed doors about about picking him up. Yeah, it got really ugly. I don't know if Liz and David want to reveal, but
I need more information. This is the first I'm hearing of this.
All I know is that when they kept Deshaun Watson or when they picked him up or whatever, Liz was in disagreement. She didn't approve. So anyways,
I get that.
Maybe we'll get them to open up about that on draft day.
Oh,
okay, on to the second round. Josh Allen's being kept by Dave. That's fine. Like second round.
Yeah. This is ADP. Maybe probably a little higher even.
And I would argue because we are a 14-team league, it kind of pushes quarterbacks up a little bit just because there's not as many to go around. So that makes sense. And then we got Finney's keeping Breece Hall. You can't really argue it. I think his ADP is like 30, so he could have taken the chance.
But I don't think he would have made it there.
No, probably not. Right?
What Breece showed on the field last year was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
So if he can replicate that and stay healthy, he'll a lock to be a top 10 running back.
And like nowadays, it seems like guys coming back from ACLs, it's not what it used to be. Like, sure, there are still guys who struggle, but a lot seem to come back even better somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it started with Adrian Peterson. I remember his first game back from his knee injuries was just. I think the first play was like 90-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
Changed my whole thought process.
Oh man, what a great player he was. I miss those days when it was like an obvious like top number one pick in fantasy. Like remember it was Adrian Peterson for a long time. Remember LT? LT.
How could you forget about him? The legend.
He was such a lock to win you the league, basically. Like that was so cool. We don't really have that anymore. At least
I think Andrew Cannell still tells the story about how he won his league
with LT.
With LT himself. That one year he had like 2 passing touchdowns and like 35 total touchdowns. It was something crazy. I mean, that was one of the Rams' heyday of loving the Chargers too.
Oh, he loved the Chargers. Like I said,
Sean Perriman jersey.
I brought this up to him the other day, like how it's almost like Haran lived in San Diego. Like he was just so upset when they moved that he stopped being a fan of them, which makes no sense.
It almost does seem like it.
He wishes he lived in San Diego. Anyways, back to
I get that.
the draft here. So round 3, Andrew kept Josh Jacobs as a 4th pick in the round. Wow, I can't talk. I don't know what the number is based off looking at this page. But anyways, that's a good value. Josh Jacobs. No one really
pick 32.
Thank you for doing the math there. No one really expected him to have the year he did last year, and he's still young. He's 25. He might have more upside. So,
and a lot more checkdowns, I think, coming this year. Jimmy G's king of the checkdown.
Yeah, he's.
It was a little worrisome when he kept him because he didn't have a contract yet.
Yes,
but
exactly.
I feel like everyone figured it would get figured out.
It was inevitable.
Yeah, it's not like the Jonathan Taylor situation.
Oh my gosh, that is a whole other can of worms. We might have to discuss that a little bit later on.
Maybe a little
We
bit.
got Jamar Chase kept
Never
by
heard of him.
me. Not a big deal. He's considered a top 3 pick. Don't worry about it.
I still have flashbacks to picking Myles Gaskin over him because I needed a running back. I think about it like every week.
What could have been, eh? What could have been? I did a dynasty draft, like that slow draft. I picked Myles Gaskin in like the 32nd round. So
Gross.
look out, he's not
Still a
Minnesota
reach.
now. Jalen Waddle kept by you in the 4th round. That's good value.
You need two to stay healthy though.
Yeah, that is definitely a fear, eh? But I don't know. I think he'll be fine. Hard to
just don't get hit in the head. Like
that was terrifying last year. That was
Yeah.
really weird. That was really, really weird with that and the whole that Buffalo Bills guy. Oh man,
DeMar Hamlin, yeah.
Well,
Especially that DeMar Hamlin injury, that was a freak accident, decided our league. Literally. That's why Gavin and I ended up in a tie because I had Joey Burrow left and he was cooking on that first drive.
Oh my god.
A touchdown in like a minute into the game, and then
it was
the next time they touched the
good.
field, DeMar Hamlin had a terrible incident happen, but he's fine, obviously. But so I'm happy Gavin decided that we settled that in a tie.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys came to that agreement, so it kind of avoided anything. Like we couldn't push it to the following week. Like it made it a lot cleaner, but obviously
there was a tough situation.
There was no jersey awarded. I don't know if everyone.
Yeah, I know you don't like that. Yeah,
I hate that just because it's nice to have those memories. So I don't know this season, whatever jersey it is, it's even a bigger deal. Like it's almost like we should get like a gold version of whatever jersey we get, just to really make it special. I don't know. Anyways, back to the draft here. Jalen Hurts was kept by me in the 4th. I think that's a good value.
Great value.
Round 6, Chris Godwin kept by Shane. I don't mind that. Like I was surprised when I saw that, but he should be good.
Betting on Baker. Baker's fine. I think he can. They have good weapons there. He'll throw some touchdowns. He'll throw yards. So I think it's a good chance Chris Godwin is pretty good this year. So I like it.
He's pretty consistent as long as he's healthy.
Yeah.
Drake London kept by Winter. What do you think about that one in the 6th?
I'm scared of Atlanta after my Kyle Pitts experiment. It doesn't matter how good the weapons are if the quarterback's airmailing every pass, but love the talent, explosive player. So I would probably keep him in the 6th as well if I had him. So I get it.
Yeah, Winter is banking on the young receivers, and I don't blame him. Tyler Lockett kept by Bryce. I think that's a good. That's pretty solid.
Great value.
Yeah, he's a good pick. DeAndre Hopkins kept in the 7th for DeAndre the Giants. So Liz and David. I was surprised by that one.
That might be the only other one I was surprised by.
Like it's not
one of the only. Just he's in Tennessee. That's where Hall of Fame receivers go to die. Like,
whoa, that's a good point.
It's 100% act like Randy Moss, Andre Johnson, Julio.
Dude, that's too many examples.
I think we're gonna be adding D-Hop to that list. Personally,
man. What a mistake! I thought they would keep James Cook. I'm surprised they didn't keep James Cook.
Same.
Miles Sanders kept by Bryce. I like that one. I think
great value.
He'll be a great. Like I think it wasn't the perfect fit for him in Philly. Like I think he should.
Too many cooks in that kitchen.
Yeah, he deserves to be a workhorse.
Yeah, agreed.
Tony Pollard was kept by my dad. I think that's one of the best values of this whole league.
Yes.
Like I know you hate the Cowboys, obviously, but
Tony Pollard's so good.
He's going in the 1st round in a lot of drafts, so that's huge as a 7th round. So let's see if that works out. Dad has had a lot of bad luck with his keepers, so Tony Pollard will probably get hurt, unfortunately. Chris Olave by Winter.
We've never seen him have this much of a workload, right? Zeke's kind of always padded how many touches he actually gets.
Yes, and there's a lot of doubt.
I haven't really fully seen him, but I'm not really worried about it. I think it's going to be incredible value there.
Yeah. Olave by Winter, that's nice.
Another great keep.
Kenneth Walker. Ugh. I'm sorry, Gavin, but I'm just tired of you being successful. So it's hard to root for you. But yeah, Kenneth Walker's a great keep, and Travis Etienne. Like, there's a good chance they could both be top 5 backs if everything goes their way.
Could. Easily.
They could also end up in 50-50 kind of backfield shares,
which is what you're definitely hoping for.
They both teams drafted rookie running backs, and they both are pretty good. I don't know if you've heard of Tank Bigsby, one of the best names out there.
Mainly because
and
of his name. That's most of
that's
the
for the
reason.
Jags. And then you got Charbonnet.
Oh yeah,
How do you say it?
I think that's
Zachary
how you say it. Yeah, I think that's how it
Charbonnet.
is.
Kind of sounds like a wine. He's supposed to be pretty darn good, and he's supposed to be really good at like in the pass catching game. So I don't know that both players could have huge upside, but it could also have a lot of their points stolen from them. So we'll see.
Which in the 7th, 8th round, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Shane kept Tyler Algier. That was also a surprise to me.
It was,
but
yes.
I liked him last year. I don't know. I guess you can't really argue Bijan. Like he could be the
That's
next
the only
big.
way, because Bijan's he was
He could be
picked
the
like
next
what, 7th overall or something in the draft.
Yeah. So
I don't know exactly where, but something like that. Everyone loves Bijan.
But I don't hate Tyler Algier. Like you
No,
probably could have drafted him later, anyways. But I like him. I think he
I
could
mean in
still be
14
very
team, that's
useful.
probably his ADP, maybe
Yeah.
or close.
And the way Atlanta played last year, like they ran the ball like crazy, so he might still be very useful. So we'll see. Calvin Ridley, that was sneaky. So Steve, near the end of the year, snagged Calvin Ridley, put him on his IR, I guess.
I guess so, yeah.
Or NA or whatever that is.
I don't remember him doing this.
I don't either. He did it like he like glitched the site or something. He did it. I didn't see it in the transaction page, and he held on to him quietly. And now look at this. He's an 8th round keeper. Usually someone does this. Usually it's Gavin.
That's the guy. I forgot. I had no idea that he was on Steve's team, and I'm really high on Calvin Ridley. I know he hasn't played football in 2 years, but man, guy is electric.
I feel like wide receiver is a position where you can kind of take time off and come back, and you can kind of jump right back in. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's a position that you're naturally good at, and you'll continue to be good. So his upside is tremendous, obviously.
Yep.
We got Rashad White kept by Shane. That's fine. Like I don't mind it. I just
that is
depends how good Tampa is this year. It could be really, really bad. So hard to say how good he'll be, but who knows?
Kept by Canal, you mean though, not Shane.
Oh shit! Sorry. Yep, Canal. My bad.
Yeah, I think that's good value though too. He's a good player, and not really much other running backs there since Lenny left.
Yes, yeah, that's a good point. Tampa is a weird team, eh?
Very weird.
Like Tom Brady
should be
had
bad,
fun. And they will be. I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then we got
a lot of weapons.
I think one of the best keeps is also Garrett Wilson.
100%. Yeah.
Liz and David. That's huge.
You
he could be a. Sorry, you go.
Think Aaron Rodgers put him in a dark room like with him? They just chilled in that room. We're gonna get to know each other better. Get on the same page.
No talking.
Or do you think he just like kidnapped him and brought him there? Just kept him there for like a week.
I wouldn't be shocked. That's the way Aaron Rodgers is. And then the last keep we have here, I didn't actually plan to go through all of them, but I thought, why not? We got Tua kept by Finney, which is fine. Like I was kind of surprised. I feel like Finney had someone else. I don't remember who it was, but Tua's a good keep. He could be a really good quarterback. And obviously his team name is Tua Cook. So
I feel like he told us last year he was going to keep him no matter what.
I think he did, yeah.
So I think he's just sticking to what he said.
Okay.
And Tua's great when he plays.
Keeping his word.
Love it.
So yeah, so that's all the keepers. I think a lot of you made some really good decisions as always. I know in years past we kept 3, which was a lot of fun, but I think it'll be even more fun just keeping 2. There should be a lot more guys available in the draft, which should
and it makes more sense with 14 teams.
Yeah, it would have just been insane. Like there would be nobody. So I think hopefully no one's too upset about that. But I think it'll be better this way. And keeping 2 guys, you get to have 2 guys that you know are your best friends and move forward with.
Is this your last year with Jamar Chase though?
Yeah. So I'm basically just
love that.
2 years in a row, it's like I've got this stud, young, in his prime wide receiver that I have to just let walk, which is really unfortunate. Maybe, depending on how the season goes, maybe like I threatened last year, maybe I'll trade them near the end of the year.
Already talking about how bad your team's going to be. Wow. Always already thinking about the rebuild, eh? Haven't you drafted yet?
I'm just saying, if it worked out that way, that maybe Jamar Chase would be on the trade block. We haven't seen a trade like that yet, I don't think.
No,
like
not that big.
We haven't seen like a buyer-seller kind of deal. Anyways, what do you think about the first round of the draft? I know you don't want to reveal too much.
First of all, I would say if I think there would be more trades like that if there were some sort of draft picks trading eligible. I know it to be very complicated, and we've never even discussed doing it, but I feel like that would entice more people to trade like their players who are going to expire anyways and not be able to keep them.
I fully understand that. I just, my perspective on draft picks is that draft picks opens up a lot of potential for people to make some bad decisions, and people who are, not that anyone's not smart, but I'm in a hockey league that has draft picks, and it just becomes a buyers and sellers kind of league, and then someone buys the best team, wins all the money, and a lot of people put too much like emphasis into rebuilding. Meanwhile, they're just donating money every year. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, I get what you're saying. I'm not even really on like pushing for that.
But you're just saying that would open
that's why there'd be more trades of that kind of caliber. I think if that was a possibility,
I think
we could probably talk about it maybe in the future, like that, like minor, like just swapping picks maybe or something in around.
Yeah, exactly.
But not obviously not for now. But maybe down the road might try something out. But first round, there's a lot of talent this year. More so than any other year, I think. Especially it helps having Justin Jefferson there, obviously, the 101 in most drafts.
I don't recall a first overall pick actually being available.
No, me either.
First overall value. Like, who was the best player?
Well, I think CMC was there last year, and he was close to 101. Probably.
Nah, no.
Like Dalvin injury, actually, yeah.
Dalvin Cook was the best guy drafted last year.
Right. You're right.
So
yeah, no, I don't think it has happened before. Justin Jefferson's such a glitch.
Yeah, so
good.
Finney has the first overall pick. I'm sure he's. I think he already announced. Yeah, he already announced he's going to take him. So that's no stress there. We got guys like Austin Eckler available. He's a pretty good player. Tyreek Hill.
There's a lot of really good players.
I feel like this is one of the most loaded first rounds we've had in a while. So that's going to be
Derrick Henry. There's a lot of there's so many players.
I feel like we're at a crossroads this season where there's some old guys who are absolute studs, and it's kind of like, are they going to finally taper off, or are they going to continue playing amazing? And obviously, with football, injuries are always a fear. Like Derrick Henry, I really don't know. Like, what would you do with Derrick Henry?
I don't want to pick him, but there's a scenario where I would take him at the turn by my first pick. If all the other, there's a lot of players I like, and I think I'm going to get one of the players I like. But if they all go, I'd probably look Derrick Henry. I know it's scary, especially because he doesn't know how to catch. I don't think. Never really seen him do it, and especially they have another back, Tajay Sharp. Is that what his name is?
Yep, and he looks pretty good,
and he catches balls really well.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you even worry Derrick Henry? Derrick, don't worry about catching. It's okay. We got this other guy. Just worry about murdering people.
There's other old guys that's kind of like Travis Kelce, for instance. Everyone's argument is that there aren't other. Like, he is Patrick Mahomes' favorite target.
Yep, but they didn't really get a better option there. Like, it's not like they brought in a receiver who's going to take a lot of targets away.
Yeah, there's no Tyreek Hill there.
No, how old is Kelce now? Like 33 or maybe even older? I don't actually have any idea.
He might be in his 50s. I don't know. It's getting out of control. But will he finally kind of have a down year? Or I don't think so. Right?
I thought last year was the year, and then they won the Super Bowl.
And he's kind of one of those glitches. Like, if you have him on your team, you're just laughing every week. You're winning at tight end. So
there's some benefit to just, we're starting him every week. You don't have to worry about tight end except for one other week of the year. So that's like a privilege of having a Travis Kelce, but I'm scared of it personally.
Now, what do you think? I know you don't want to reveal too much, but you probably won't even have a chance at looking at this guy, Bijan Robinson.
Oh,
like, could he be the next? Could he be the next running back that?
Yes. He might be 101 next year.
Oh, man.
Or have the possibility. I think he's that good.
Whoa.
And so Atlanta runs the ball a lot.
Should we plant that into Finney's mind? Make him kind of do a double take?
I don't think it's... I don't know way you'd pass on Justin Jefferson.
No. And you get to have him for 3 more years.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Bijan. I don't know. I would... There's no way he gets to me, especially because I don't have a first round pick. So Gavin has 2 picks before me, so I'm very, very confident Gavin's gonna fuck with me.
Oh yeah,
not even like intentionally, just gonna pick the guys he like. But we kind of like the same guys a lot, so
yeah, he'll take them. You know what I just noticed actually is that with our expansion draft, Finney and Liz and David had the first 2 picks. They have them again.
Not great. And they got some pretty
No,
good players last year.
like what a great league to join, eh? It's like, hey, by the way, you get the first 2 picks 2 years in a row just for
Yeah.
joining. Lucky them. Yeah. Anyways, Bijan, that's a and like, what about your guy Saquon Barkley? No comment.
I've
I
said
bet.
this. I've said this. No, I'll say it. I said it to you and Gavin already. I kind of hope someone takes him just because, like, if he's there,
Whoa.
I'm gonna take him, and I don't think that's best for my full length season because I already have a first round running back. So, like, for fantasy football purposes, it'd probably be bad for me. But if he's there, obviously I'm going to take him because I'm a Giants fan and I can't resist Saquads. Although I should.
And you get to watch him every week, and you know.
Yeah, I love the player. Just for fantasy purposes, because I already have Nick Chubb, feels like a bad idea.
Wait, what did you say? Did you say Nick Chubb or? Oh, never mind.
I definitely said Nick Chubb. Got Bradley Chubb on the mind.
No, it sounded like you said Dick Chubb.
We could call him that.
Yeah, I like that.
Rolls off the tongue.
Why have I never thought of that before? Anyways, it looks like this year is going to be. There's a lot of players. As I look at this list, like, ooh, it's going to be a fun draft. Very fun.
There's a lot of questionable players too, though. Like with Alvin Kamara, like he's still talented. There was reports think everyone he looks good, but he's suspended. So like, how far will he drop?
Did you hear the report that like his legs were unbalanced?
No.
They discovered that his legs weren't like one leg was weaker than the other, and they had to train. So now this year he's balanced. So look out.
Are you sure he didn't overtrain the other leg now, so he's off balance the other side?
He overcompensated. I don't know. I swear to God, I heard that, and like he could be the best he's ever been with 2 equal legs. I don't know.
Yeah, so we have Alvin Kamara, and then also the biggest wild card we kind of touched on is Jonathan Taylor because like, we don't know what's happening. He's 24, one of the best running backs in football, but for some reason Jim Irsay is like, yeah, I'm not paying you anything, and now he's on the IR.
What an absolute mess. Like, I thought going into the season last year, it's like this guy is going to be on Winter's team for the next however many years, and then he didn't keep him. And why would he? I
genuinely don't know where he's going to be drafted this year. Because I'm not even convinced he's going to play this year.
I know, right?
He doesn't want to play for the Colts, and they don't want to pay him. They don't want to trade.
So they say it's a 4-week minimum, right? And then beyond that, who knows? Like, why would he want to play? Oh man,
I don't think he will play unless he gets a buttload of money.
And I guess he could technically still be traded, but
yeah, but they want like a first round pick. They want Jalen Waddle, and Miami just laughs at them.
Yeah, of course. Like, what do you? Wow,
it's not Madden. You can't make that kind of trade. That's not how real football works.
Yeah, exactly. And like it is kind of weird what's going on with running backs. Like it's like they're not being valued enough. I wonder how much that's going to impact fantasy moving forward. Like if things don't change, because I know Josh Jacobs was kind of on the fence. They worked it out, but it's still not perfect. And like
so was Saquon at one point. He was like leading the pack because the Giants didn't want to really pay him.
Yes, yeah. So like I don't know. I feel like it's going to bounce back a bit, and running backs might be. I don't know. Maybe it is just a passing league. Who knows?
It does. It's definitely more of a passing league than it's ever been before, and I think it's just because there's so many incredible receivers now. Especially because we have 3 wide receivers every week and a flex, so wide receivers are more valuable in our league.
True, but it doesn't.
In every league, in every league they're going. Like I've never seen a draft. I don't remember the last time a receiver was the 101, like across the board everywhere.
True. Yeah, that's become
after his like 27-yard touchdown year or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's become more common, and it's like only Bijan has kind of offset that a little bit. But
a little bit.
I don't know. It is strange. Like for me with fantasy, I've always liked running backs because it felt like more like your floor is a bit higher. Like they're gonna get their touches. Sometimes wide receivers,
the guaranteed touches. Sometimes like depending on quarterback, like they just don't get the ball sometimes.
Exactly. So that's something that's always made me uncomfortable, but maybe it's the times are changing. I don't know. It's something I guess everyone to keep in mind. And it kind of does look like in the draft coming up this year, there's a lot of running backs that are kind of like, especially the older ones, that do you take a swing at or do you just take one of the wide receivers? I don't know. Like Aaron Jones. What do you think of Aaron Jones?
I I loved Aaron Jones was on my team last year. He helped me in a lot of weeks, but he is kind of a risky play.
Yeah.
He is older, and I'm not even convinced he's going to stay on the Pack. If the Packers are bad, he's probably going to get moved, especially because they like AJ Dillon there. And I know they've been saying for the last 4 years that he's going to be more involved. I know you took him pretty early last year because of that.
Don't bring that up.
But they're saying the same thing again this year. It's AJ Dillon's going to be more involved. Maybe this is the year it actually happens, but I love Aaron Jones as a player. He's fun. He's more of like the gamble player. Like 1 week he's invisible, and the next week he has 4 TDs.
Yeah, and now especially without Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love behind, it's.
I have no opinions on Jordan Love. I don't know enough about him.
No, me neither. But yeah, sorry. I was just looking here. I think I see Jonathan Taylor is ranked 46.
Wow.
On our Yahoo right now. 46. That's who's gonna take the chance? It could be a home run play. It could be an absolute bust.
His ADP is still 35.
Man,
on Fantasy Pros, but on one of the leagues that he's on Yahoo, he's actually the 21st ADP. Apparently, that's what it says here, at least, which is not what you just said. But then he's 62 on RTS Sports. I don't know what that is, but
so
crazy.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. So looking at our league here, with the keepers that we have gone through, who do you think starts with the biggest leg up?
It's hard for me not to say you, with Jamar and Jalen Hurts, 2 of the best players at their position. Like I would still take Jamar over Justin Jefferson personally because Joe Burrow's connection.
Okay,
Jamar Chase just missed some time last year.
That's a good point.
So like I'm huge on. I think you have a very good start to your draft since your 3rd and 4th round picks. And obviously it's hard to not like what Gavin has because they're 7-8 and they're both high upside, young, explosive running backs.
I think it's the first year, sorry, just to cut you off, but I think this is the first year that I haven't had like an 8th round value guy kept. So I'll be drafting in the 8th round. It might be kind of fun.
Might be.
Just because, well, we're kind of at the top of the 8th round, but when you don't keep in the 8th round because everyone else has keepers in the 8th round, it is fun. You pick super early in that round. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow. I'm just looking at it. That means I technically have back-to-back picks in around 7 and 8.
Right? It's kind of fun. It's like
wow, I didn't realize that. That is fun. Thank you for pointing that out.
It's a low-key strategy is to not have an 8th round keeper. You know?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, wow.
But yeah, for me, I think that Steve Finkel-Einhorn having CMC in the back of the first round, and then he, oh my gosh, I should have looked up who he.
Unprepared. Calvin Ridley in the 8th.
Yes, thank you, Calvin Ridley. The guy
that's great. That's incredible.
The gambler, the degen, Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, you just relate to that on a different level.
I relate, right? Yeah, I respect his motives, and
I haven't bet anything in like a month because baseball murdered me. Baseball and me don't get along, so I just stayed away.
I don't know what it is about baseball, but it really is the hardest sport to bet. I don't know why.
Yeah, I can't do it, so I took a break.
I think it's just because every team wins in the end, except for Oakland.
Yeah. Well, they've won some games. They're part of the reason I quit betting.
Yeah. Oh. Anyways, we're not going to talk about baseball. Thank God that's over. And we're moving into football season. All right, we're at 30 minutes, so I guess we could wind this down.
Yeah, I think
so to everyone listening,
too much in the draft. We don't want to show our hands.
Yeah, we don't reveal too much. To everyone listening, obviously you hopefully know by now, but Shane will be hosting. He lives in Guelph. DM him if you want to join the draft party there. It'll be on Sunday at 2 p.m. I think most of you are going, like Gavin, Kyle.
I think half of us maybe. Perry.
Yeah, so like there's Andrew.
I think there's more. Yeah, Dave.
I'm being a bit of a bitch this year. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm hanging with my family. It's my birthday, and I'm drafting with my dad, Liz, and David.
Feels weird though, not having. It feels like our parents aren't there to watch us at the draft without you there, without the commish there. You're running wild.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit weird, but maybe taking the year off, maybe I can. Although I think you guys all hated driving to St. Catharines, but maybe we could work towards another big party next season. Okay. I just didn't have it. I didn't have it in the tank this year.
Yeah, that's fair.
I feel like I set the bar relatively high, and I don't know if I couldn't meet that this year. Anyways, Shane, people should go. It's always fun to get together. What else we got?
Personally, I hope Matt Winter shows up because I want to talk to him about Bird Gang. And
you might have
good they're going to be.
You're gonna have to message him and Riley and like really try to push them. Winter can be a tough fish to catch sometimes. So
yeah, it's just personal. I just want to make fun of Bird Gang because he's diehard, and they're gonna stink.
They are an absolute mess.
They're definitely so tanky. I don't even think Kyler's gonna play this week. There's not this year. I mean, they're just not gonna let him play.
No, I don't think so. What's the point?
Trade him. Who knows? Because we all know they want Caleb, right?
Good point. Yeah,
it seems pretty out there.
I think they're done with. Yeah, they're done with Kyler. Like he continues to play video games, and they're over it.
Which means he could end up somewhere and be very valuable at some point this season.
Wow!
If he goes to the right situation, hey, you never know.
Oh yeah, you never know. Anyways, man, this is fun. Thanks for doing this. Hopefully, we can get it rolling again. Good luck, everyone, on your draft on Sunday.
Not too much left though.
Yeah, I don't want you.
I need some of you to make some bad picks, okay? So I can get my guys.
Especially Gavin, since he drafts around us. Please.
To be fair, no. We thought Gavin had a bad draft last year, and then he won. We'll tied for first, but like I remember me and you both being like, "Wow, Gavin's team looks underwhelming," and then they murdered us.
I hate it so much. I hate it. I thought we finally had him.
Yeah.
He always gets these young guys that I don't know why we don't draft them. I don't get it.
He's just better than us.
He is. Anyways, have fun, everybody. I'm pumped. Are you pumped?
I'm very pumped. Last weekend without football. I know I said it already, but I cannot wait.
Oh, yeah. Thursday night's the first game, right?
It is.
Wow. Detroit, Kansas City.
Could be fun. Detroit should be a lot better, too.
I hope
they were good last year, but in my brain I always correlate the Lions and being ass. But they are good now. They were good last year, and they only got better.
Yeah, they could be a really exciting team, and their coach is so likable. He talks about gnawing off people's kneecaps. Maybe they will this week.
And they also have a pretty fun rookie there. We don't have to talk about him.
Oh, I know. I didn't want to talk about that. Don't talk about it. Don't draw attention to him. Okay. Anyways, we're going to sign off there.
Charlie, I'm just going to know, before we sign off, I'm just going to let you know there's a pretty good chance he's not getting to you. So remember, Gavin and I are before you.
But I'm before both of you.
I honestly, please take him in the first. I'm okay with that. Then there's other players I'll be very happy to take. There's so many options.
I hate you guys. I hate you.
Because you know us.
I know. And it's going to be my stress. Every round will be like, I got to take them here or they'll be gone.
Especially there's a receiver I know you like. I'm pretty sure it's the one I think it is.
No.
And, I'm just putting that in your head. I'm just throwing you some mind games. Who knows if I actually like them.
Oh my gosh, you do. Back off. All right, guys. Good luck, everybody. Have a lot of fun. This was great.
Bye.
Bye.